keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. The 76ers have really been playing well lately. It must be pointed out that a win here would give them the 6th best record in the league. That's a pretty good spot to be in at this time of year. And you remember when LeBron first came back to Cleveland, there were some growing pains. Things didn't gel right away. But this is a team that knows what it's doing now, Kenny.
Well, it only took them about 2 months, honestly, Ernie. I mean, they went to the NBA Finals. So, yeah, the best in the East. These guys, LeBron, any team he's on, he's kind of like the Shaquille O'Neal of his day. Any team that he's on is going to be favored to win the NBA championship. Well, and I'm not kissing up to him because he's sitting on the other side.
Well, thank you, Kenny. But players like Kevin Love, they're adapted to their new roles. You have to give a lot of credit to the front office, too, finding role players that fit. Thank you for the compliment, Kenny.
Oh, truth is truth, man.
That's it for us here as we send you to Kevin Harlan, the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I love you guys, too.
It's a love.
But it's a one-way love.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they won their last contest, that game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, most of the time, guys come off the bench and just try to stabilize. Tonight, they got some serious points, and when you're on the road, it gives you unanticipated advantages.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. LeBron James is out there with Green. Then there's Hill. Then there's Calderon. And it's Love in at the center position.
Well, last season, LeBron very outspoken, saying the Cavs were too top-heavy.
Oh!
Yikes!
Wow.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Calderon passes to LeBron. Ball's knocked loose. Covington with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Reddick's got the ball.
Yeah, Reddick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
James with it. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Calderon kicks to LeBron. Clock at 6. Here's Green, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul. The Cavaliers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And the first one drops. We're toward the end of the year now. Some clear playoff teams need to choose between playing injured starters, maybe earning a higher seed, or Brent, more importantly perhaps, resting up and being truly healthy for the playoffs. Which is more important? That's a tough one.
I think you have to really start to look at the team, Kevin, and the construct of veteran players versus young players. What kind of experience collectively have they had in the postseason? At some point, if you have a veteran team, the health of your team is most important. You always have faith that whatever you do on a nightly basis as a veteran team, that your game will travel. So I think teams lean on the side of health this time of year. I do so enjoy watching a bounce pass executed that perfectly.
Here's Covington. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
But it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Now here is Hill. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Got a piece of it. Covington with the steal. Redick against Hill. And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Here's Redick. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Calderon with it. Now guarded by Simmons. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Simmons.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Hill, no good. Philadelphia leading by 4. Baseline jumper. And James pulls it down.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Down low. It's stolen by Sharch. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Covington with the bucket.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Calderon dishes to Green. It's a pick by Love. Shot off the pick. That one off the back iron and out.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Tips it. James in the post, covered by Sharch. LeBron's shot is good.
LeBron, such a good job at reading where the ball was coming off that time, and nobody wanting any piece of him down there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute. He said this will be a great mental challenge for his team. He told me he looks forward to games like this, saying the team we're facing really knows how to execute on offense. And when we're firing on all cylinders, we can do the same. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. So he wants their best effort defensively, knowing what a slick shooting team they're up against.
And I think they'd be smart to try to deny them the ball inside, guys. The best way to keep a team from getting hot is to not give them the easy looks down low.
Yeah, make sure there is no vacancies out there at the three-point line, Greg. This is a team that can really hurt you from all over the floor.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. Ben Simmons is second.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. James, the pass to Love. Johnson with the block. And here we go. Philadelphia running again. Here's Saric. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway.
Well, Tyronn Lue still pretty much new to the coaching ranks, but a tremendous amount of experience from his playing career. He won titles with Kobe and Shaq in Los Angeles for the Lakers, played alongside Michael Jordan in Washington, and he's seen LeBron James bring a title back to Cleveland. That's a lot of championship experience for Ty Lue.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Calderon for 3, and no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. And Brent, you talk about Cavs coach Tyronn Lue. Having played with those greats, he knows how to win.
Well, he's never been intimidated by any player that he's suited up with, and certainly relished any of the opportunities to make contributions as a member of the teams that he played for. So he recognizes all those things, and I think he also recognizes the tremendous opportunity in front of him to coach one of the game's all-time greats in LeBron James.
Here's James to halt the run, and it's good on the way in. James has got 6.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And so it's Cleveland with it. It's a 16-point game. It's a pick by Love. Calderon kicks to Green. Green draws the double. LeBron against Covington. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
He gets that one.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
The Cavaliers trail by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Covington with the steal. Love grabs the board. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Hill. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low. But as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one misses. Brent, the last team you played for, the Houston Rockets. Your dad, your older brother John, also played for the Rockets. What's this connection between the city of Houston and the Barry family?
I've asked them that same question in Houston, and I even talked to Daryl Morey about putting a Barry graveyard across the street where it is that all three of us, our career had ended. I'd love to see a tombstone over there with Rick, John, and Brent.
Well, it'd be...
Maybe we'll add a few more to it, Kevin.
Well, the way you played there, the way you played your career, and your family played, obviously you've set a standard in the league. But that was an interesting stop that you all were there at one time.
I think it's crazy that we all ended in Houston, though.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is.
3 careers ending with one organization.
Isn't that something?
Weird.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Smith, no good.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Clarkson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Philadelphia leading by 19. Pass to Covington. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Timeout called. Cleveland.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
And Ersan Ilyasova out of Turkey, the 36th pick back in 2005.
He's carved out a long and nice career as a spread 4 in this league. Has played for many teams, but has not played in many different ways. He's a good shooter and a good rebounder and keeps getting chances in the NBA.
A chance to check out stats for Covington. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. 3rd in steals, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spur.
And it's his lightning-quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also, his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. Just 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Nance. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The 76ers leading by 21. 8 feet away. Here's Holmes. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Here's Nance. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Clarkson kicks to Smith. Pass to Thompson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Hood. Makes it off the glass. Hood's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Covington. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks, and the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
And he can't hit the second. Cleveland's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. To the middle. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Thompson shoots such a high percentage on the inside. Most of his shots coming around the rim.
Covington. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Covington's got 17.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Smith wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 19 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered by McConnell. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And how about the 46th pick back in the 14 draft? Jordan Clarkson has certainly exceeded expectations thus far in his career. An athletic combo guard. He's really succeeded playing at both the 1 and 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw missing. And Greg, Jordan Clarkson, he has an offensive game, doesn't he?
He's able to shoot with range, and he can attack off the bounce as well. I think that enables him to kind of play on or off the ball. And I think he has a chance to be a really good two-way player in our league.
The 76ers making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And he sinks the second. The 76ers leading by 23. To the paint. And stolen by Hood. It's deflected. Here's Anderson. The shot comes out, and it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Smith outside. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the 76ers.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Bellinelli. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Bellinelli. As we've seen, many teams play a little bit of a soft zone defensively. What's the best way, you think, Brent, to counteract that when you're trying to run your half-court offense?
Well, the best way to counteract anybody who's softening up on the backside of the zone is to overload that side of the court, Kevin. So now all of a sudden, if you make a shift with more players on one side of the floor, there's no way for 3 to cover 2 on the backside. That's where teams can gain incredible advantage.
1:32 left to play in the first. Hood drives in. Clarkson kicks to Hood. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Fultz, he's checked in for the 76ers. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
Here's Clarkson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington. 1:12 left in the first. Nance a screen. Here's Hood. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Anderson. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Anderson's got his first bucket of the night. And so here's Cleveland. Last time they met in Cleveland.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
That's tipped. Holmes with the steal. Jumps up, and Holmes throws it down.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Well, Cleveland shooting just 35% to start the game. Here's Thompson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Well, he's going to punish you down there if you're not more physical than he is, and look for them to go right back to that play.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Screen by Smith. Hood kicks to Clarkson. From deep, knocks down the three ball. And so it's Philadelphia holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to be better and come through for my teammates. This is the position I put myself in. It's the position I put our team in. And as the leader and the guy that goes out there and make things happen, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Cleveland, Clarkson is out there with Hood. Then it's Thompson. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Nance in at the power forward. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing. And if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Oh!
Yeah. Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem.
That just happened.
And Fultz is a great dunker. Makes high-octane slams look effortless.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Hood dishes to Clarkson. Pass to Thompson. Feeds to Hood. Now Clarkson, 6 points for him. 6 on the shot clock over Bellinelli. That one rolling around and rims out.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Smith, the pass to Hood. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
They get it back. Holmes can't get it to go in.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Screen by Smith. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Hood, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Looking now at the numbers for Markelle Fultz, how last month turned out for him. He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
The first one falls. And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Both free throws good from Hood. The 76ers leading by 21. Shot on the wing. And the shot is long. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Poked loose. Hill has the open look. The putback, the rebound by Johnson. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And the vertical of Simmons, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to shine.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Timeout called the Cavaliers. Brent, when you played, you were able to score in a variety of ways. Which do you think you were better at, shooting off the catch or off the dribble?
There's no doubt that shooting off the catch, Kevin, was much easier for me. I love the fact that I could get my feet set, start to anticipate when the ball was coming, who the ball was coming from, and then establish my own rhythm for each of those opportunities to cast away at the rim.
I would think, though, you get rhythm by working off the dribble, too.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be able to do that, but I oftentimes use that dribble to maybe create another opportunity for a teammate. And then the other idea, Kevin, is if you're a great catch-and-shoot player, the pump fake and one dribble in, that's something you have to perfect to keep the defense honest in terms of their closeouts.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Green, he's checked in for Hood. And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. Ben Simmons, number 1.
He is showing a willingness to get in there and get physical. I mean, the coaches have to be pleased with his tenacity in the interior.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Love. 9th in free throw percentage. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. Off the inbound. No good from Simmons.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
And stolen by Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
And really, Simmons is nearly impossible to contain when he's sprinting to the hoop. An athletic behemoth who causes defenders fits.
LeBron is doubled. Osman covered by Saric. 5 on the clock. Osman doesn't go that time. And Philadelphia the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. They get a hand on it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. Taking a look at Cleveland. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And checking out Philadelphia. Right behind them, just 1 spot down.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
The only people whose minds have changed are the people who said they were going to have a down year. There is no one left saying that.
LeBron kicks to Love. Here's Green. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Outside, Simmons. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Covington with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so it's Cleveland with it. And here is James. He's got 6. It's a pick by Love. Knocked away. LeBron kicks to Hill. Shot clock at 6. Back to James. Shot to stop the drought. Nice jump shot. Good. James has got 8.
And that's a good-looking stroke right there from LBJ.
Count it. Good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Cavaliers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
Hill with it. Outguarded by Simmons. The kick out to LeBron. Offensive rebound. Green. And it's denied. Now here's Covington. He's guarded close. That one goes in.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster. And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Osman. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight.
You can blame some poor defense on that play. Just a total breakdown. Got to at least contest at some point.
And yes, it's good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Green, the screen. Hill with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Green draws the double. Pulls up from the corner. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
And that one's good. Simmons.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Hill kicks to LeBron. rebound by Johnson.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
They get it again. No good from Simmons. Well, Cleveland shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. Outside Hill. On the wing, James. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Dario Saric. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Cleveland. He feeds it to Love. They get a hand on it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Covington.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Right side, Simmons. That one, no good. Great D that time from Green. Calderon with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Nancy's checked in for the Cavaliers. To the left wing. From about 16. Up again. And Love with the second chance points.
Signs of relentless work right here from Kevin Love on the glass to grab that rebound.
Here's Simmons. Banked in off the glass. Simmons got 20.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Calderon dishes to Hill. Poked away and stolen by McConnell. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, 22 points for him.
And love watching Simmons run the floor, just eating up so much space in so little time.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Clarkson's checked in. They double him with Simmons. Tipped away. Here's Nance. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Philadelphia shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. No good from Simmons.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Here's a look at some of the players that have exploded in the second half of the season. These are the scoring leaders since the All-Star break. LeBron James, second.
He is making his mark in a big way and with big points. You love to see guys get better the later in the season we get.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Ilyasova in for Ben Simmons. And Nance slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Smith right side, over Bellinelli. No good off the front iron.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Another miss by Philadelphia.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Now here's Calderon. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 4. Here's Clarkson.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Man, if he's missing those kind of good looks, his team is in some serious trouble. Yeah, the defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knocked away. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Bellinelli. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
And really pushing the tempo. Fast break buckets, a big factor for them offensively.
Now here's Calderon. He's covered by McConnell. Here's Clarkson. No dice from the high post. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, you're doing well, but the rest of the team's kind of struggling offensively. What are they doing to take everybody else away?
They're doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of them, just contesting our shots. We got to continue to move the ball from one side to another and get some good looks. But when we get them looks, we got to knock them down as well.
We'll see if they fall in the second half, LeBron. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Right out of the gates, it was Philadelphia setting the tone. They launched into a 6-0 run with an impressive effort on both ends of the floor. Their confidence continued as they ended up leading still by a huge margin at the end of one. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
Yeah, on the cut, off the dribble, he is a factor, and we saw that in the first half.
Coaches talk about having slashers on the team, and this is what they do. They get into the heart of the defense. They force difficult rotations. He's been tough to contain.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Johnson is out there with Saric, and it's Simmons in at the point. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half.
You know, amazing to watch Jose Calderon on the inside. Just
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. That unleashed chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
And how about the numbers here for Ben Simmons? He's putting up about 16 points a game, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Woo! Okay.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
The Cavaliers shooting struggles apparent, 37% from the field. Calderon, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
And stolen by Simmons over Calderon. The rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Calderon with it. Now guarded by Simmons. The 3 from Hill. And another miss by Cleveland. 76ers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Sharch. That's in coming off an assist from Johnson. And that's now 10 points for Dario Saric.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Love, and the dunk by Love.
See all the responsibilities that LeBron James has. He is their leader. I'd like to see him get it to the open teammate. He does that often.
Covington's shot is off. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Back in 2008, Kevin Love was drafted with the 5th pick by Memphis and then traded to Minnesota, and he became the Timberwolves star player in a hurry. But they couldn't surround him with the kind of talent necessary to make it out of the lottery in the Western Conference.
LeBron passes to Love, and the Cavaliers get another bucket right there.
Well, that's a dependable mid-range shot, and one Kevin Love is fully capable of knocking down.
Here's Johnson. Simmons, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Cavaliers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Hill with it. Now guarded by Redick. Hill, the open look. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Cavaliers shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. Nice shot by James.
James so quick there on the draw. You got to know he's ready to shoot as soon as he's going to catch that pass.
Here's Simmons. Here's Johnson. He sinks the 11-footer. Johnson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Cavaliers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Love with the screen for LeBron. Green inside. Charge is there. Cleveland moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it. James with another miss. The 76ers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Covington with the bucket.
J.J. Redick knows everybody's position on every play in the playbook, so good job of getting the ball over to his teammate there.
It's a pick by Love. Redick against James. No coverage that time.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Simmons. There's a screen. Here's Johnson. Good D from Love. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. LeBron kicks to Love. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 4 assists in the game.
But Kevin Love, super efficient in the paint, a high percentage scorer who can use that soft touch inside.
Here's Covington, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on LeBron James. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So, Brent, less than 0.1% of NBA fans bother to vote for the All-Star game. Do you think the league should devise a different way to choose the players for that big mid-season event?
I'd really like, again, this is an area, Kevin, that the league has done a great job of being a bit progressive with the way they've changed the All-Star balloting. 50% of the vote now going to the fans, 25% to the players, and 25% to the media. It's a way to make sure that guys who are having tremendous seasons are recognized both by their peers and their media rather than the fans getting ahead of some marketing scheme. So this has been addressed.
Perfect.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
And Hill has it in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
LeBron, no good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Yeah, and Fultz is a capable shooter. I like seeing him get going here in that mid-range.
And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. And that one drops. Saric has got 8 here in the quarter.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Outside Hill. To the wing right side. James outside. Lets it go from deep. James with another miss. 76ers shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. Cleveland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Good, the assist goes to Hill. And that's now 20 points for LeBron.
Okay, you could try to get LeBron away from the basket, but when he's close to the basket, that's what happens.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. Inside and taken away by Johnson. Here's Saric and slam dunk by Saric.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Bellinelli's checked in.
And that's how you set up your teammates, done with a little bit of flair.
Fultz dishes to Johnson. Over Nance. The shot by Johnson, no good. Well, Cleveland shooting around 41% on the night. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Buries it from three-point range. Clarkson's got 9.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Johnson over to help. It's tipped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Saric.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Amir Johnson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 3 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. And it's 8 points for Rodney Hood.
I give some credit to the screen out there. That totally freed up the shooter to take advantage of that look. That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Cleveland's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Clarkson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Clarkson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
That's tipped. Here's Holmes. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Screen by Smith. Here's Clarkson. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. It's deflected. Smith, the pass to Hood, takes a three. It's rebounded by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got 6 rebounds in the game. Fultz gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. McConnell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Fultz brings the double team. Nance with no one around. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Nance has got 6.
Well, they brought the double team to force the ball out of his hands, but failed to rotate off the pass.
And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. The 76ers shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Holmes. 1:42 left in the third quarter. Outside Hood. To the paint. Here's Thompson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 6.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers shooting in this game 45%. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Here's Nance. The second effort, and the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
Guys get excited about making something happen, but that was just a loss of composure right there. You can't go through the guy.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
Ilyasova, with the height of a big man, he's very much at ease and has a great release.
He's perfect from the line this time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
59 seconds left to play here in the third. Clarkson, that's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Easy to forget that Ilyasova can handle his business down there on the block, but he's much more of a spot-up guy.
Now, here's Clarkson, guarded closely. And Nance kicks to Thompson. Clarkson dishes to Smith. And he makes good on the layup. Smith's got 5.
JR may be leaking out just a little bit, but has a strong sense of where to run to get the score.
Holmes can't get it to go in. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Smith missing. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now Hood. From deep three-point range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Philadelphia shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Green. Kyle Korver is out there with Calderon. Then it's Thompson, and it's Smith in at the 3 slot. Well, Cleveland shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Knocks it loose, and stolen by Ilyasova. And that one's good. Korkmaz has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the 76ers. Dishes to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Now, Calderon does such a good job of being a floor general out there. Outstanding passing instincts.
And Holmes throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And it's Korver in the corner. No good with the triple. Ilyasova in the post. Working on Green. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Well, you give Ilyasova some space out there in the mid-range, and he's going to take those chances.
Now, here's Calderon. He's covered by McConnell. Offensive rebound. Thompson misses. The 76ers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. No good from Luwawu. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Korkmaz. It's good from long range. The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Calderon kicks to Thompson. Smith for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's 8 points for Smith.
Well, that's what Smith does best, a long-range specialist who loves to square up from outside the three-point line.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Korver kicks to Smith. Smith drawn the double team. Green the pass to Calderon. They get the rebound.
Now, that's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the D over.
Here's Korkmaz. Makes it off the glass. Korkmaz has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Calderon kicks to Thompson. Green left side. Cleveland moving it around. And it's Smith missing. 76ers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Korkmaz no good. Cleveland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And the pass to Green. To the inside. Outside Korver. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Ilyasova's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
With the premium placed and outside shooting, Brent, plus defensive rules that lessen the need to defend in isolation, will we see guys playing for more years than ever before? Less wear and tear because there's less of it inside in games.
You know, it's a great point, Kevin. I think that you're right about that. I also think that whatever we're doing off the court in terms of the players with nutrition and training regimen, that's going to be another reason why we'll see players be very effective well into their late 30s and sometimes into their early 40s, which is about my limit, Kev. I'm still effective at 45.
You are. Very effective at 45. The screen from Thompson. Korver dishes to Thompson. Calderon has the open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's McConnell from down in the low post. It goes. Here's Calderon. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal, due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these two great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or two hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those two gentlemen aside.
Here's Holmes. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got his 4th assist in this one.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Down low, here's Thompson. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Well, the veteran instincts of Calderon on full display. He breaks down the defense, has the vision to find his man.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Offensive rebound. Green kicks to Calderon. Osman. And the 3-ball is good.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Holmes can't get it to go in. Cavaliers shooting here in the fourth quarter around 41%. NBA official, NBA referee, Brent, has to be one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
You know, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin, having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Outside Korver. The dish to Green. Fires the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, you can't allow those kind of looks. That's the type of defense played by a team staring at a double-digit deficit.
And here's Calderon. Outside Green. There's the 3. He can't get that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's McConnell. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Thompson. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Thompson's got 10 points in just the second half. Here's Korkmaz. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Corver kicks to Thompson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Thompson's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Tough for teams to combat Tristan Thompson's physical play down there on the inside. Even when you get a hand up, he's capable of draining the shot.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Here's Anderson. Here's Holmes, a second chance effort. And there's the 3-second violation. And the 76ers with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Reddick comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. J.R. Smith's checked in for the Cavaliers. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Jose Calderon. Well, the Cavaliers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Fultz. Smith for three. Drains the three-pointer.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And it's Johnson with the jam.
Fultz not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
Kicks it to Thompson. Stolen by Anderson. There's the feed to Johnson. That ball is good for another field goal, his sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Clarkson kicks to Green. Back to Clarkson. Green with a screen for Clarkson. He dishes it to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Now Tristan Thompson with some force on that one.
Here's Anderson. No good. Smith with the defensive effort. Green with the ball. Cleveland moving it around. Hey, Brent, we've seen Hall of Fame players become coaches, but often it seems like the smart role player, they sustain more success in that role of head coach. Why is that?
I think, Kevin, a lot of times the role player is a conduit between both ends of the spectrum of your team. He can communicate with the star player. He can also talk to the guy who's the 12th man on the bench and make sure that both of them are getting what it is that they need to be in the best position to succeed. That's why you see a lot of players in that middle ground who do a great job of becoming NBA coaches as they understand the role of each.
And the work ethic, too, because for role players, maybe it hasn't come as easy, whereas for a superstar, it was too easy.
That's true, Kevin. And how much work do you have to do with the most talented player on your team? It's pretty specific what his role is going to be. I think a role player who ends up being a coach understands the work dynamic of the rest of the team surrounding that player to create a great positive environment around your star.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the 76ers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't as hyped coming into college, but he changed that tune after one season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5", with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for. And really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team.
That free throw good from Fultz. Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
And the one thing that you got to love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish. The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Drills the three-pointer. And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim. And above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
Screen by Smith. Clarkson kicks to Smith. Pass to Green. 6 to shoot. Over Saric. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
This is what makes Tristan so vital to his team. Great activity on the glass, and then the quick jam.
And the 76ers call time here. They're up by 49. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
The presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Robert Covington.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Nine seconds left to play in the final quarter. That's tipped. Here's Fultz. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.